So the reason I wanted to come out to make this video, it's because I received a check as a settlement from Dr. Umar Johnson. Um, During the week, I received an email, and the email was not claiming to sue me. It was from his attorney, a Cleveland law firm, which has a sister firm and where he's from, um, Philly. So they reached out. They wanted to have a dialogue. Um, they wanted to give me a form of payment for my hardship that I dealt with Dr. Umar, for my donation, and then for my therapy. What I did say, I went to therapy in one of the videos, so they did their homework pretty thoroughly. They wanted to reimburse me for that, and he wanted to move forward and not have me make disparaging video about him anymore. Okay, so I'm sitting here, I'm like, disparaging video? I don't understand. Can you elaborate on that? Well, Miss Lorient, you're getting on your YouTube video, you're saying he's dating outside his race, which is factual. He doesn't date outside his race. I said, okay, so we're having a dialogue. Let me put some clarification. Well, we don't need, I said, you're going to allow me to speak, sir. You're going to allow me to have clarification. I said, first of all, I was gracious and I was kind. All I said on that YouTube video, he wanted to see with a Caucasian woman. I said, but I took my phone because we were having the Zoom meeting on my laptop, on my app. So I took my phone on block and I sent a text. Bleep. It went beep. I said, that beep you hear next to him, that's me texting him his own message, which is his acting number, his own message. I said, in that message, this is from Dr. Umar. He told me, Queen, this is how we're going to do this scene. I'm going to be bare chested. This woman's going to have exposed breasts and she's going to be pressing against my chest. I don't know if he thought I was doing a porn video, because we told him a feature film. But moving along, and they're like, well, we don't need, I said, well, I'm going to finish. Whether you want to hear it or not, I'm going to finish. I said, that's what he wanted. And then the scene, I'm going to break it down to you, family. The scene was for him to go, he came to his senses because he had a moment of weakness. This is him typing all this garbage to me. He came to his weakness because he had a moment of weakness. And he's going to go, no, I am a Pan-African leader. I can't stoop to this level. Black Queen forever, Snow Bunny never, and I'm going to throw her off the bed. This is what he wanted to incorporate in the movie. And I said, no, we're not doing that. And I told you guys in the video, I regret it. What would I would give to have these footage of this woman breast implanted in his chest? I would have loved it. Okay, so I said I was gracious, but since you're telling me I'm making this disparaging video, I'm telling you how the video was made, and then this was his requirement. And then they're like, well, okay, we're not really going to go into detail. I said, you want to have a conversation? We're going to go into detail. We're going to go into detail, sir. He's like, okay, Miss Miss Lauren, can you calm down? I said, I'm calm. I said, I'm an African-American woman. A woman's nature is emotional. I'm a passionate person. I'm calm. I'm collective. No one is irate and no one's angry. So, and then they're like, well, also, we're going to start with the film. And then you know how some of the content creators, they took Awaken and they did a blow to blow, like they were like discussing the film. I felt that's what we were doing. I kid you not. They must have watched that film at least once or twice. They were on point with everything. So they were going blow to blow to tell me, we're gonna compensate you for the time when Jermaine Jackson, so they call him by his film name, not by Dr. Umar, when Jermaine Jackson arrived in the home to comfort Rebecca after the loss of her son. So this is the scene on the couch. So I'm sitting here, I'm listening, I'm like, okay. They're like, so we're gonna compensate you because you lost the actress. So this is what you guys, a lot of the content creators didn't kind of miss. When he arrived to comfort Rebecca, when she opened the door, she was supposed to open the door. They were supposed to have a moment of emotional, because she's that young man's aunt. She's Rebecca's sister. So there was so much mess with him with the female on the set. Something went down with this young woman. So you guys only got that one scene with her on the porch. So I lost the scene. I lost 2 scenes with her. So they reimbursed me for that. So the scene when the door was open, it was my cinematographer that opened the door. And all he did is just pointed. That's all he did. That was the last scene we filmed. That day it was me, one cinematographer. There was 2 people on the thing. Me, Antonio, and then Lisa, who is like set coordinator. Like she gets the craft together. She's set coordinator. And it was the guy who's supposed to drive him around, his security. He showed up, and I'm like, you're not part of the scene, but he showed up. That's the only people don't say. He was upstairs putting his dashiki on. Okay, he's upstairs putting his dashiki on, and then when I realized this girl's not going to show up, I knew what transpired between him and this girl, the hot mess. So I said, Antonio, you just step in. You just open the door, because Lisa, she didn't want to get on video. She's like, I don't like him. I don't want to be part of this. And I'm the producer. That day I had like I'm the producer because I said so. I had like a movie T-shirt on. I didn't have the proper attire, and I wasn't trying to run upstairs. We've been filming all day. I'm exhausted. I said, you just open the door and let them in. So they were going. I'm saying this to give you an example. They were going blow to blow, the entire film on what they're going to compensate me. And then they're like, you said you have therapy. We need you to provide your session. We're going to reimburse you for that. First of all, my insurance paid for that. And second of all, it was like a co-payment. It was a co-payment, which, okay, like they wanted to reimburse me for everything. So I was truthful. I was honest about that. And then for my hardship, I guess the stress he put me through during the filming, and they're like, moving forward, you're not going to go and make any more disparaging video about him, because if you continue, then he's going to have to take some action. He's tired. He wants it to end. I said, first of all, every time I made a video, it's because he reached out. He's the one who's sorting me out. I said, we're having this meeting because y'all reached out. I said, every time I'm having some kind of connection with him or some kind of reaction, it's because of him. My reaction is based on his action. I said, he leaves me alone, we're not gonna have a problem. No, we're not gonna have a problem. You understand? And then they're like, what else they said? They're like, yeah, so I'm glad we're having this dialogue. We're gonna give you 68,600. I left the checks up there. I haven't even cashed a check yet. Your check's still up there. But what I did do, I sent a copy of that check to Honor, because I promised Honor when I get paid, I would return back on his show, and then I would do let the people know I got my money back. You understand? And I said nobody made no despairing video about it, because I still had kept hope alive. Because I said if FDNG did open, I would show up because I'm a donor. I was part of the dream. You understand? You understand? So I'm saying to myself, and then I don't know if you guys saw his little dark video that he made, and that's very symbol. He made that's shame. That's shame, making that video in the dark. And I brought, what's that thing? No, I'm just saying this. No, I'm just saying this. I ain't saying nothing bad. Okay, that's my attorney talking. Okay, somebody asked him, why haven't you addressed? No, I'm just addressing this, and I'm done with it. Yeah, why haven't you addressed Marianne Lorient's accusation? And then in his little video, I'm not talking about her. That woman ain't even worth my time. All the slander in the world can't stop me. First of all, why don't you talk about I got paid? Talk about that, you chatty patty. Talk about that. I'm calm. Okay, she want me to calm. But anyway, I got paid. Family. Let him talk about that. Because in the meeting, I told him I'm coming out. I'm gonna come out and say I get this payment, and I'm gonna come out and say we had this meeting. And then moving forward, he stay out of my face. I'm gonna stay out of his face. And they're like, Miss Lorient, you're not gonna have any more issue out of him, and we're expecting not to have any more issue out of you. I said, well, the whole internet's making video about it. Who else y'all have a meeting with? We're talking to you, Miss Lorient. I said, you damn Skippy, you talking to me. And then I'm sloppy, right? I got a little messy. I called. No, I'm talking about the one in Columbus. I called the attorney, the one he started off with, who tried to sue me with him. In the beginning, I explained that to you. I called him. I said, you know what? It's funny. It's getting dark out here. I have light on the side if you want to go put it on. I said, it's funny. Umar called and had a meeting with a settlement. You weren't in the lineup. And he was like, Miss Lorient, why are you reaching out to me? There's nothing to discuss. I said, I'm reaching out to you to let you know that he threw you under the bus. Miss Lorient, you called me a gorilla. I said, I called you a gorilla? I said, no, I didn't call you a gorilla, sir. A gorilla is a majestic, intelligent animal. I called you a monkey. That's what I called you. He's like, Miss Lorient, there's nothing to discuss. And he hung up the phone with me. That's fine. A monkey is what I called you. And I'm not taking that back. So family, it's getting dark out here. I didn't realize how quickly it's gotten dark. It's just so beautiful. I should have probably done the video earlier. So it's like, so when I sent a copy to the check, when Mr. Honor had me on his show, see Honor, he got, while he's interviewing, he could show you little slide pictures, and he got a new computer. So it's gonna be the bomb. He announced something, he got a new computer. Now I'm a filmmaker. I pay people to capture picture, so I'm not tech savvy like that to put a little slide while I talk to you guys. But I told you guys when I get my money back, I was gonna come and speak to the people, and that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing, family. And you know what? It still breaks my heart. All these people that have lost money, all these people that have lost money. And I'm telling you guys right now, if his intention was to open the school, why would you give me some money back? There's not going to be There's not going to be a school, family. And I say that with heavy heart because I was a contributor, I was a supporter. There's not going to be a school. No, sir. There's not going to be a school. No, ma'am, there's not going to be a school. So all of you, he has some of his supporters that did take a few jabs here and there at me. So for you that are taking a few jabs at me, explain them giving me a check. Explain that. Explain that, them giving me a check. Family, is getting dark out here. I want to thank you all.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.